as promised in the video before, we will now create our own custom object here with also our own custom fields. What we want to do now, just a small intro here. We have various accounts and we have various account types. For example, we have here now prospect, customer, partner, etc. And once an account is a customer, we want to create a custom object which is called customer information to see, let's say, some things we already have in our contract, just to have it visible here on one object. For example, let's say we want to have a text number, we want to see which version of our software the customer is using, if there is a partner involved. What you can do is also you can add payment terms if a customer pays monthly or quarterly or yearly in advance, whatever. Just here a small example. So let's just move on and create here our own custom object. As I said, we will name this customer information. For approval, it's the same. You can select here if you want the help settings with the standard Salesforce Com help and training, or want to create your own visual force. The record name is customer information. Now we have here some optional features. Yes, we want to allow reports. We're not interested in activities here. We want to track our field history. Yes. Here we have the status. Can say now it's in deployment, but we will deploy it directly, and also we will allow the search, so you can use the global search to search for this custom object or fields in this custom object. Here you can say you want to add notes and attachment. Perhaps quite good in our case, because there you can attach the initial contract to it. And what's important here is to launch new custom tab wizard after saving this custom object. Then you can make it available for the profiles and apps. Otherwise, it won't be visible. So let's click on save here. Let's choose a tab style. Here it looks like this. You can choose whatever you want. So we have a custom here, so I will take the bank. Can enter description if you want. Here everything's fine for me. Here you can say we want this tab default on for all our profiles, or here you can say I want to hide it for several profiles. Let's have it for everyone. And here you can also choose where to include it, in which app. I want to have it for all apps. And now we have created our custom object called customer information. And you see we already have a few standard fields here. That's also important. Standard objects and custom objects have standard fields, and you can put custom fields to it. So let's have a look at our front end and refresh the page and see what happened. Now let's search here for our customer information, and you see now we have our customer information here as a tab. You can create a new one, but you see at the moment you can just give a name and a currency to it. So let's go back to it and let's first create a master detail relationship. So we want to have it related to accounts. So once an account is a customer, there is this child object called customer information. So therefore we go here to fields and relationships and just click on new. Here you have a few options. We will have a look at this in a few moments. But for now, we just want to create this master detail relationship. Click on next, and it's related to accounts. click once more on next. And here you can give them a field label, but account is completely fine. Here you have a sharing settings. I will select here read only, select the minimum access level required on the master record. So read only is fine here. And here the checkbox I've talked about also in the previous video, it's the allow reparenting. So of course, in this case, you can't delete the account object, but if you have, let's say, a custom to custom object relationship, I would recommend to allow this reparenting just in case. As I said, in a master detail relationship, once you delete the master, also the child relationship will get deleted, the child object, sorry. Here you can choose if it should be visible. Yes, it should be visible to all of our profiles. Now we need to add the field label account to the page layout from our custom object. And here we can choose if we want to have this related list with our customer information on our account layout. That's also fine for me. Let's go back and see what happened so far. First of all, let's go to our accounts, refresh the page, sorry, once again. Here we click on one account, and once we scroll down, we see here that we have a new related list, which is called customer information on our account page layout. Once we go back to our customer information object, you see here, once we click on new, what happened now is we have an account that is required because that's a master detail relationship. There is always one account required because this custom object needs to be associated with one account. Okay, but you see also at the moment there is not much information to it. So let's go back to our custom object and create a few custom fields to it. So I will here create a new field. It's totally the same for standard object. It works the same way if you want to create custom fields on a standard or custom object. So you see here there are a lot of different types of fields you can create. You have here formulas, relationships, checkbox, number, text, whatever. I would suggest to try everything on your own. I will give you a few examples here. So first start with a text. And let's call this field text number. Why text and not number? Because once you put a number in it, you have always dots into it. So if you want to have it like 100,000, you will have a dot after the 100. So if you just want to give there a text number, perhaps text number is also possible for some regions to be with letters and numbers. So that's the reason why I put a text field here. For a text field, you have to give always a length. I think 18 is fine for our purpose now. You can make this field required, but don't worry, we don't need this here. And here you can choose if you want to make it visible for all profiles, if you want to make it read only for several profiles or for all. If you're going to do a formula, formulas are read only by itself because it's just a calculation in normal cases. And here we can choose if we want to have this now visible at our customer information layout or not. We can also drag and drop it into our page layouts whenever we want, but we will have a look at the page layouts in the next video. So now we click on Save and New. And let's say we want to also have an overview about the versions our customer is using. Therefore, I will choose a pick list. Say we have just 3 versions in place. and I will call this here version, and I can here enter values, call it version 1, version 2, and version 3. Here you can choose if the display values should be alphabetically. So if you don't have, like here, version 1, 2, or 3, if you have 10 different pick list values, or you can also use the first one as default. And you can make this here also required. This we know already. And for the page layout, it's the same. So let's create another example, and let's say we create another lookup relationship. And we want to know, it's also related to accounts, we want to know if there is a partner involved here. So if this customer is only, let's say, a customer from our firm itself, or if there is any partner involved. So we create a new lookup to the accounts and call this in this case not account, let's say we call it partner involved. What we can do now is, that's just a lookup to the accounts. And as we have seen at the beginning of this video, we have different types of accounts. We have customers, prospects, whatever. So we can put filters into this lookup and say, in this lookup field, only accounts should be visible where the type equals partner. So once you click here on this, you will see here all our pick list values we have for the type, and we will select the partner, which means once you select a partner in this lookup field or account in this lookup field, only partners will be available there. It's the same game as for the fields before. What we can choose now is if we want to have this customer, and if we want to add this field to the customer information layout, yes. And what we can choose here now, if we want to have this new related list from this customer information, in this case partner involved, if we want to have this on the account layout. I think in our case we don't need it. Let's click on save. Go back here to our front end and refresh. And let's see what happened. You see now we have our customer information. It's called customer 1. Let's choose for whatever account. Let's say it's now the customer information for Barbecue Master. You can put in here a text number. You can choose the version. Let's say it's version 2 in this case. And just in case, if there is a partner involved, you can here search for a partner. Let's say it's our partner account. Click on save. And that's how it looks like. So much to our custom fields and custom objects. And in our next video, we will then have a deeper look at our page layouts here and how we can handle this. Thanks for your attention. See you.